Hey guys, what's up? Havey here, and welcome to week 4 of my weekly montage review. This week we have around 10 submissions, so I'm going to do one quick little note, and then we're going to jump right into it. Again, I just wanted to say, first off, sorry that I'm a day behind. It was just a really hectic day yesterday. I have decided to kind of be a little bit more harsh with my grading. I've had quite a few people message me personally and say that I'm being a little soft or whatever, and I'm going to try to keep my consistency with my grading up, but I am going to kind of be a little bit more critical on these video reviews from now on. Just a little bit, I mean not too bad. I will say this week we didn't have the strongest submissions, so we're going to jump right into it and start off this week with Proxy Heroes, Halo 4 Montage 1, edited by Xander. Let's go ahead and take a look at a clip. Okay, the first thing I noticed was the song choice. I thought it was a really bold idea to go with this song. Somehow Xander made it work. I really never thought anyone would be able to keep the flow going with a song like this, but he pulled it off somehow. Some of the slow motion was the only thing that was kind of off to me. I'm just not a big fan of like Twixtor and slow motion throughout a video, and he had it at some parts and I was just kind of like, it's kind of throwing the flow off a little bit for me. But besides that, it was really solid, great angles, great transitions, really good syncing, and the gameplay as always from Proxy Heroes was great. So for creativity, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. The editing a 7 out of 10, and the gameplay a 7.5 out of 10, bringing the overall to a 7 out of 10. Solid first entry. Moving on, we've got Montage every Friday, MEF, episode 3, with Stormy, Enigma, and Example. Let's go ahead and take a look at a clip. Okay, I could tell that this week's Montage Every Friday episode was a little bit rushed when it came down to the editing and the gameplay. But, with that being said, I did like the gameplay better than last week's episode, but episode 1, without a doubt, I think had the best gameplay so far. Personally, if you're not gonna really spend as much time on the gameplay, I would over-edit the montage almost, just to bring more of an appeal out to it. But I really love what you guys are doing with releasing a montage every Friday. I think that's awesome. Still, it was overall a pretty nice montage, and from what I read and saw, you said that most of it was just one day's worth of gameplay, so I can't be too critical on you there. And the color correction changes throughout it. The CC was kind of how you kept changing. But for creativity, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10, the editing a 5.5 out of 10, and the gameplay a 6 out of 10, bringing the overall, of course, to a 5.5 out of 10. Okay, moving on, we've got Benny Goodman, edited by Zeus. Let's go ahead and take a look at a clip. Okay, I hope I'm saying this guy's name right, but I'm pretty sure it's Absolute Keat. I'm pretty sure Zeus is editing this for a montage contest entry, so I'm assuming it's Absolute Keat's gameplay. The song, or not the song, but the beginning and the intro and the end, wow, I can't talk, was really funny, I thought. There was pretty good syncing, a little bit forced at parts, but overall it was okay. The one thing I didn't like was there was some harsh cuts, but like I said, overall it had pretty good flow. And I didn't like some of the flashing. I hate seeing flashing in montages. Like, I know people say make it flashy, but I don't think that's what they mean. And the gameplay, I said it was pretty good. So for creativity, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. The edit, a 6 out of 10. And the gameplay, a 6.5 out of 10, bringing the overall score to a 6 out of 10. Okay, moving on, we have, I hope I say this right, Sky Oxel, a Halo Hail Mary montage. Let's go ahead and take a look at a clip. Okay guys, so the first thing I noticed was the text was hard to read in the beginning, but this montage had some decent angle work, but it wasn't really creative, so I'd work on your theater work and really trying to get creative with your shots and angles. Something else that was really weird and threw me off was there was no game audio, then randomly it came in really loud and then it went back out. And when it came in really loud, I had headphones on, scared me to death, dude. Like, completely out of nowhere, just scared me so bad. But besides that, I thought the CC, the color correction, was really, really nice. Probably my favorite part of the montage. But the gameplay really lacked for me. I really figured when I saw Hail Mary montage, I was thinking, yes, some sick sticks, like cross map, like crazy random like launches and stuff like that. But that really wasn't it. It didn't even have any really high multi-kills. It was just really simple, simplistic, you know, sticks and stuff. So it really lacked for me. So for creativity, I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. The edit really needed some work, so I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 10, and the gameplay totally lacked for me with a 3 out of 10, bringing the overall score to a 3.5 out of 10. Okay guys, moving on, we have a 24-hour Binary Slayer montage, edited by Mr. Blonde RD. Let's go ahead and take a look at a clip. Okay, another montage that needs some theater work. I'd work on those angles. Different text in the beginning as well. I really hate seeing boring text in an intro, unless it's a super chill montage, which I felt like you tried to give an edit to this one. I saw a little bit of ghosting, so it could be your frame rate, could be disabling resample. You need to check that out. Okay, but the big problem I had with this is there were 0 basics in editing. There was no syncing, really didn't have any like super great angles, no basic transitions, no basic effects. There was 0 flow. So what I would tell you to do is I would tell you to go in and really work on your editing. Really just take a couple clips, you know, 3 or 4, put them in your timeline on Vegas, After Effects, whatever you have, and really work on your syncing. Use markers, you know, see what flows. Use basic and smooth transitions. Don't try to do anything crazy. Don't try masking out transitions and seeing them fly in, and don't try anything like, don't try to go straight into particle world and After Effects, you know what I mean? Like, really try to just work on your basics. But since you're super new to editing, I'm not going to be too super critical and like tell you what to do. You know that you just need to practice. And even though it was just 24 hours of gameplay, I thought it was pretty bad. Just because the binary rifle is so easy to get kills with, and there was nothing spectacular in it. So creativity, I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. The edit, a 3 out of 10. And the gameplay, a 3 out of 10. Bringing the overall score to a 3.5 out of 10. Just keep working, bro. Alright, next montage we have up is Axis Alive 4 Seasons, a Halo 4 Montage 3. Let's go ahead and take a look at a clip.
Overkill. Snapshot.
Okay, the first thing I noticed was the intro. It had some really weird colors. And not that I'm saying that's bad, but you weren't consistent throughout the whole montage, which kind of threw me off, and the colors just kept changing. Again, bad text in the intro. I would get creative with these intros, guys, so really work on your intros. Really terrible ghosting, so I would say this was more of your frame rate, and you definitely need to learn to disable resample. You can do it in Sony Vegas super easy. You just right click on the clip, you go under where it says switches, you know, disable resample. So if you couldn't follow what I just said, look up some tutorials on it. It's super easy and it gets rid of that ghosting. The most hardcore forced syncing I've ever seen, which threw the flow off. And not only that, but there were some really odd effects and colors throughout, which I'm really, you know, giving you a clap because you tried to be creative, but you have to stay on a path of like a theme or keeping the flow or something. You can't just add in random lens flares here and glows and different color correction throughout and doing these crazy things. You have to stay consistent. You have to stay consistent throughout your whole video, and you know, keep your effects consistent, keep your transitions, your syncing, you know, and you really need to work on that. The angle work was the only thing that I thought was decent. And I'm really glad in this montage when it came down to the gameplay that it wasn't just sniper clips throughout the whole thing. You had some really clutch like VR clips, but I would say 20% of the clips in this montage shouldn't even have been in there. You should have just scrapped them and left the good gameplay, which threw me off on the gameplay, and that kind of deterred your score a little bit. So for creativity, I'm giving you a 5.5 out of 10 just for trying to be creative. But the edit needed work with a 4 out of 10, and the gameplay was okay to me with a 6.5 out of 10, bringing the overall score to a 5.5 out of 10. Okay, moving on, we've got a Halo 4 montage entitled One Shot by MLP256. Let's go ahead and take a look at a clip.
Got an attitude, a mini skirt and those cowboy boots. On top, riding like a cage match, gonna ring that bell.
Okay, I don't know what it is with you guys this week. We've had a Hail Mary montage, a binary montage, and now we have an assault rifle montage, which I personally don't recall ever seeing one. I mean, I saw a couple, but nothing like straight assault rifle throughout the whole thing. So the first thing I thought was, whoa. I'm going to give you a clap for your bravery, because I promise that you probably didn't get that great of feedback on it, because most people don't like to see, you know, assault rifle clips. People would much rather see a BR, and a lot of people love seeing sniping, and I'm not saying I always love sniping, but still, an assault rifle montage. So it's hard for me to, you know, judge you on your editing and creativity, because you really didn't try to do anything, and I know it's hard to sync with an assault rifle, but you should have at least tried to sync either your transitions, sync some effects in there, do a little bit of bumps or something, you know, do something. I would have over-edited the video just to compensate. The CC was the only thing that I thought was decent, but not much other than that. In all honesty, when it came down to gameplay, there was maybe 3 to 5 clips that really stood out to me. The rest were just, I mean, anyone I think playing on Halo can get these clips, and I'm not trying to like bash you, but I'm just saying, pick and choose what clips you put in your montage. Really, I mean, it's okay to like play around with clips and stuff and upload it to YouTube and be like, yo, what do you guys think of this? But, you know, you really need to pick and choose what clips you use. So 3.5 out of 10 is going to be your creativity score. An edit, I'm going to give you a 3 out of 10. And the gameplay was a 3 out of 10 as well, bringing the overall to a 3 out of 10. Okay guys, the next montage we have is, and I hope I say his name right, Laser Doomel's Final Halo Reach montage, edited by Fustercluck. Let's go ahead and take a look at a clip. Okay, really love the CC. The color correction in this was really, really nice, I thought. The syncing was pretty good, a little bit forced at times. The flow was pretty well there for me. I thought the theater work was really nice, and you kept up consistency with your effects, which I love to see. The transitions were pretty cool at sometimes, but sometimes it was just off a little bit. I felt like you kind of lacked on your transitions, that you tried something new, but it just kind of lacked a little, that it wasn't brought to the table, I guess you could say. That's weird. But solid gameplay overall. The only thing that really threw me off with the flow was there was a hard cut between your two songs, and just like one song ended, black screen for 5 seconds, next song. So I'd work on that. But for creativity, I'm giving you a 7 out of 10. The editing is going to be a 7 out of 10, and the gameplay was pretty nice with a 7.5 out of 10, bringing the overall to a 7 out of 10. Okay, moving on, our 9th edit of the week is going to be Actives and Examples. Final Halo 3 Dualtage, edited by Example himself. Let's go ahead and take a look at a clip. Okay, honestly, I really liked Proxy Heroes and Xander's montage, but this was my favorite of the week. Sorry guys, you know I love you guys, but Halo 3 just brings back some good memories for me. At around the 3-minute mark, let me say this, I normally sit around and I take notes while I watch the montages, and I'm really grading you guys when I watch these videos. I don't just watch them and then write down bullshit, you know what I mean? I'm being serious. But on this one, around the 3-minute mark, I put down my pen, I sat back, and I just enjoyed the video. Beautiful colors and color correction throughout. The overall effects were really nice, and the theater work was really good, along with the syncing, which made the flow just there. My only 2 complaints was the game audio was a little bit loud for my personal taste, and at one point you had a really fast and harsh blur, which is fine, but you didn't like fade it in and out. It was just a hard cut to a blur, hard cut ending it. You need to fade that in a little bit, but I know you know that by now. And the gameplay overall was just absolutely insane. So for creativity, I'm giving you a 7 out of 10, the editing a 7.5 out of 10, and the gameplay an 8 out of 10, bringing the overall score to a 7.5 out of 10. Okay guys, that wraps it up for the montages this week, but I do have a little thing I'm going to throw in here. No, I do not normally rate and judge on trailers, but Crafty, if you don't know who he is, check him out on Disable Resample Films, just released Cisco's Halo 4 Montage 1 teaser trailer, and he asked me to grade it. Okay, I do not do trailers. I might start doing a thing maybe every Wednesday with trailers, maybe. Just to, you know, because there are a lot of trailers out there and a lot of good trailers. But he wanted me to do it, so I said, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at a clip of Cisco's Halo 4 Montage 1 teaser trailer edited by Crafty himself. Okay, I'm not going to really grade this like I do the full montages because you really don't get a full grasp of someone's editing skill or someone's gameplay skill due to a teaser. So I'm going to grade this on like what I would on a trailer scale. It was a solid trailer overall for me. It's really what I like to see. It didn't undershadow or overshow the clips. I saw one mistake on the syncing, but that's, you know, always usually one mistake or two unless you're absolutely perfect with your syncing. The color correction and effects were really good though. The gameplay was my only complaint. I didn't really see anything spectacular in the trailer, so I hope that Cisco will bring something huge to the table with this final. So overall, I'm giving this edit a 6 out of 10, even though I just did this ass backwards. The creativity is going to be 6.5, edit a 6.5, and the gameplay a 5.5 out of 10. Okay guys, that is going to wrap it up for week 4 of my weekly montage review. I'm sorry if I was a little harsh. Honestly, I've had a pretty bad and busy week. So, if you don't enjoy your scores, you know, I'm sorry. This is just my personal preference as always. So, yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week. I'm going to try to get myself an intro made up for my future episodes because I plan on doing this for a long time because I really, really, really enjoy doing this. And I think the community so far has gave me some incredible feedback. So, be sure to subscribe to the only Havey disable resample films, you know, Fragging Rights, the Halo Forum. Just keep subscribing to all these channels. And I'm going to start uploading these to disable resample films as well, probably a day or two after I release these. Sorry again for being a day late, and look out for episode 5 next Friday. Peace out, guys.